Hare Krishna, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Nama Om Vishnupadaya, Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Vishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarini, Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarunda, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare, Mukham Karoti Vachalam Padmam Langaite Giri, Yat Kapatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Dina Tarine. Hare Krishna. So today we'll see verse number 12. So Krishna explained about the transmigration of the Jiva, and those who understand it or don't understand it, and some don't understand it. So who follow the process of jnana or jnana chakshu by the eyes of jnana, if they see, they can understand how the soul is transmigrating. Also the yogis who are trying to do the self-realizations, but others will not understand. So from this verse to 15th verse, I think Krishna explains how he can be perceived in this world also. So that is what he is saying, the Jnana Chakshu. So let us see. Yat Aditya Katam Tejo
Yat Aditya Katam Tejo
Jagat Bhasayate Akhilam
Jagat Bhashyate Akilam
Yat Chandramasi Yat Chagnau
Yat Chandramasi Yat Chagnav
Tat Tejo Vidimamakam.
Tat Tejo Vidhimamakam.
Okay, please chant.
Yadaditya Katam Tejo Jagat Bhashyate Akilam Yat Chandramasi Yat Chagnav Tat Tejo Vidhimamakam.
Okay. So translation and purport. The splendor of sun which dissipates the darkness of whole world comes from me, and the splendor of moon, the splendor of fire also come from me. Purport. The unintelligent cannot understand how things are taking place, but one can begin to be established in knowledge by understanding what the Lord explains here. Everyone sees the sun, moon, fire, and electricity. One should simply try to understand that the splendor of sun, the splendor of moon, the splendor of electricity or fire are coming from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In such conception of life, the beginning of Krishna consciousness, lies a great deal of advancement for the conditioned soul in this material world. The living entities are essentially the part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. He is giving here with the hint how they can come back to Godhead, back to home. From this verse, we can understand that the sun is illuminating the whole solar system. There are different universes and solar systems, and there are different suns, moons, and planets also. But in each universe, there is only one sun. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 10.21, the moon is one of the stars. Nakshatranam aham sashi. Sunlight is due to the spiritual effulgence of the spirituals in the spiritual sky of the Supreme Lord. With the rise of the sun, the activities of human being are set up. They set fire to prepare their foodstuff. They set fire to start factories, etc. So many things are done with the help of fire. Therefore, sunrise, fire, moonlight are so pleasing to the living entities. Without their help, no living entity can live. So if one can understand that the light and splendor of sun, moon, and fire are emanating from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, then once Krishna consciousness will begin. By the moonshine, all the vegetables are nourished. The moonshine is so pleasing that people can easily understand that they are living by the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Without his mercy, there cannot be sun. Without his mercy, there cannot be moon. Without his mercy, there cannot be fire. With the help of sun, moon, fire, no, without the help of sun, moon, and fire, no one can live. These are some thoughts to provoke Krishna consciousness in the conditioned soul. So Krishna is explaining how he can be perceived in this material world. So actually we see 10th chapter also. gave the Vibhutis yoga, where Krishna told about the different Vibhutis in this material world to uh, understand or but those Vibhutis were the um, best among the best. So like Chandrama, Shashi, like Chandrama or sun or moon is best among the stars. So many examples, opulences actually Krishna gave. But here Krishna is explaining how he is sustaining us. So that context was different. This context is different because here Krishna, when he says Jnana Chakshu, he's trying to tell that how he is sustaining all the jivas in this material world. So for that, he will give example of the like the cosmological thing, and then how he supports the body also, how he supports this planet also. So all that he is giving the origin of this support, and he's telling that I am that who is supporting all these things. So actually, it's a normal question like how the sun has the heat always, why it's not reducing, from where it is coming. So all these questions are natural questions. If somebody who is little bit thought provoking, he will think. Uh, and then if he tries to find out the root of this, then he may reach to some spiritual understanding that this is coming from some different sphere or different origin, not from the material world. Because material world, everything is has end and it's always changing. But if we see sun, the sun itself is glowing with the same energy or maybe more, but based on the position of the planet, like our position, there may be seasons and everything, but sun as such is constantly with the same energy and light and power. So here Krishna is telling that sun, moon and fire, which are the three basic needs of our sustenance. Of course water and everything is there, but so Krishna will explain one by one in each verses how he is he's supporting all this. So here he is talking about sun. So we understand, like if there is like last 2 days, Saturday, Sunday, there was rain, and when there is continuously rain, it looks dark. Dark means not completely dark, black dark, but the sun is not visible, clouds is covering, and then we don't feel fresh. So whenever there is rain, then we feel okay, we should just lay down and sleep and rest like that. So the mode of ignorance comes. But when it is a bright sunlight in the morning and clear sky, we feel fresh to do the activities. So at least from ignorance, we come to passion and goodness. If we look at the clear sky and all, we feel peaceful. So sun is one of the major sustenance that we need, without which we cannot survive. So our vision, like when we say I can see, so when we say I can see, actually it means that if sun is there, I can see. If we imagine that now it's night and all the light goes, uh, electricity goes, then we cannot see. We need light uh, to see also. So in that case, our eyes are useless. Without light, we cannot see. So we think that we are seeing by the eyes, but actually, because of the light, we can see. So this type of um, thinking or contemplation is required to understand our limitation and how we are dependent on the nature. Our thing problem is not problem, but we are living in cities, so which where there is always light and buildings and cars and trains. So we are more dependent on the artificial things. Okay, so we see light at the sunset, all the lights are on, so we don't feel darkness here in the city. But if you go outside the city, when we live in the nature, then we actually understand our dependence on the nature. And then also we understand how this nature is driving our life. So in this village area, where there are not so many street lights also and not many so many lights, then once the sunset, after the sunset, not many lights on the road. So naturally the life comes to stand still, or it reduces the pace, and then the sleeping or the evening activities start. But in cities that does not happen. Uh, and when we live with the nature, we understand the importance of sun and moon and fire and rain, everything, because the dependence is there. In the cities, we have everything artificial. Water is coming and sun lights are there, everything is man-made. So we go into the mode of passion or ignorance, where we think that we have everything that is needed. Why we need nature? So that type of mentality. But Krishna here is telling that no, if a real Gyan Chakshu person will understand that I cannot see if there is no light. So that much is sun important for the survival. So these are the very basic common sense activities or thoughts that should come to our mind to understand our limitation. So Krishna here is telling how he is supporting us in every aspect of our life. Not only like people say, like when the difficulty is there, then the God comes or God should save me. And that is one thing. But in our basic survival things also, we need support of God, and that is being given by Krishna continuously. So we should look at this world from this angle, and as Srila Prabhupada says, that is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. So that is also one way of remembering Krishna. So in the 10th chapter, whatever opulences Krishna told, those were the best of the best, of course. But here Krishna is telling the how he is completely sustaining our life. For our living also, he is needed and he is supporting that. So that is what Krishna is telling in next 2-3 verses. So we'll continue to see that tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So anybody wants to add something about our sustenance, dependence? Try closing the eyes and see if there is dark. We cannot see. Actually, eyes are useless at that time. We feel very much awkward when we cannot see. We have eyes by which we can see, but I cannot see because there is no light. So that much is our dependence on sun. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. We will see the other aspects from tomorrow, how we are dependent, how Krishna is supporting all. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.